Hello, I'm Kayla Smoltz, Communications Coordinator for Sherrard Schools, and I'm here today with Principal Rick Basala, Principal over at the Sherrard Junior High School. Mr. Basala, can you walk us through kind of what the beginning of the day will look like for students who are arriving at Sherrard Junior High this year?
Yes, I can do that. But first, I want to say welcome back to all the eighth graders. This is going to be a new year for a lot of the eighth graders, and welcome to a new year for the seventh graders. This year will be different. However, the junior high staff is excited to see all those smiling faces from our seventh and eighth graders. The morning arrival will be a little bit different from last year. The normal busers will come around in the bus turnaround and come in the normal route that they usually come in. If you are being driven by your parents, we are asking that the parents come around to the junior high side, which is the east side of the building, and they're going to drop off there. And from that drop off point, they will get their temperature checked at that point and then allowed into the building. Now, when they come into the building, they must have a face covering, of course, just like everybody else will have, and they have to be responsible and safe with their face coverings throughout the day. In their first hour class, they will be issued a lanyard, and it'll look like this. And with that lanyard, they will have their student ID lunch card, which they'll use at lunch. I'll talk about that later. And then also it'll be a spot where they can put their face covering, attach that while they're eating as well. And I'll go over that later as well.
Very good. So, what will the class schedule look like, and kind of talk about transition?
Right. So compare and contrast from last year, as we had 8 periods throughout the day, and now we're going to go to what's called the Block A schedule. And so we'll have only 4 periods during the day, and there'll be extended amount of time between 70 and 75-minute class periods. This also helps with less transition throughout the day, more academic time, and less cleaning as well. And so one day will be an A day, so you'll have 1, 3, 5, and 7 on A day, and then the next day will be an even day, and that will be a 2, 4, 6, 8 day.
Okay. Okay. And how about bathroom breaks and water breaks? I understand your school now has the hands-free water bottle filler. Can you talk about that?
Sure, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So with the transitions, there'll be lines in the hallway to give us like an example of the direction we should be traveling in the hallway to make sure the traffic is traveling in the same direction. For the bathrooms, we're going to have maximum of 3 per bathroom, and they'll be socially distant. Also, at our junior high, we have a hands-free water dispenser, so they'll be able to take their water bottle over to the dispenser and not touch anything and fill it back up again. There'll be social distancing expectations throughout any line or bathroom or hallway or transition at the water fountain during that time period. And during transitions, you're also able to use your backpack to transition from class to class. And we do have lockers, however, those will be discouraged during this time period.
Right, right. Okay. And how about lunch and PE? Can you talk about how that will look different, or for those incoming seventh graders too, what they can expect?
Right. Well, I'll talk about PE first. In PE class, we would normally have our PE clothes where they would change into their clothes in the locker rooms. We are not using the locker rooms, and when they're not changing into clothes. So that is the good thing for staying germ-free. However, it's not good because of some of the sweating activities that could happen during PE class. But it's for the good for right now, and that could change. It'll be fluid throughout the year. It could change throughout the year. So the schedule dictates the students can go outside for PE classes, and also this could be a mask break while they go out to PE classes, as long as there's a 6-foot distance between the students. And so we are hoping that a lot of the time that the fall will be nice with the weather, so that the students can go outside and enjoy activities outside. As for lunch, that's going to be a lot different from last year, because we can only have a maximum of 50 students per area. And so we're going to take a look at having 50 in the commons, 50 in gym 2, and 50 in gym 3. And they will line up accordingly as to if they get bag lunches. Hot lunches will be in the commons. And as I said before, they will have their lanyard with their barcode. So they don't, last year they used to punch in their numbers for lunch. This year they're just going to run a barcode under the scanner, and they're able to get their lunch, and that will move the line a lot quicker so we can get through the lunches.
Well, yeah, that is some different ways of going about things, and sounds like very safety minded. So, Mr. Basala, is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Yes, I'd like to add, since we have about 70% of our students are coming back and doing in-person learning here at the school, we'll also have remote learners as well. And there's about 30% of the students are going to be learning remotely. So for this year, I just want to make sure that they are being responsible and logging in every day. That you have to have making sure that you are completing your work that the teachers give you. And if you're having difficulty, please contact the teacher to help you out with that. And this year's students, from last year, you would receive an incomplete or a complete. This year, you are going to get a grade for that credit. So make sure you are completing your work at home so that you can get that grade.
Okay. Sounds good. Mr. Basala, thank you so much for talking with me today. And of course, thank you for all your hard work ensuring a safe environment for students and staff.
Thank you, Ms. Molt, and have a great and safe day.